So a few weeks into that, I noticed my floors were starting to buckle, and I looked and I saw it was water under the sink. So I called Home Depot. They sent the original plumber back.
One is, was it hazardous? That's not a hazardous situation. Two, is it unsafe? Not really. The question only then becomes whether it materially changes the scope of the work. And because they weren't doing additional work, it doesn't change their scope of the work.
Welcome to a small claims appeal, where Adrian Washington takes on Home Depot over costly plumbing damage. Warranties, contracts, and responsibility are about to collide. Listen closely because one missing garbage disposal changes everything. Subscribe, like, and share. Now, for more dramatic courtroom breakdowns with unforgettable legal lessons unfolding before you.
Rebecca Fricky.
Yeah, and Dutch DeGraff.
And tell me what your titles are there at Home Depot.
Customer Order Specialist.
And Assistant Store Manager.
Also on behalf of Home Depot, Your Honor, Aaron King, District Services Manager.
So we're here on a small claims appeal in this particular case?
Correct.
All right. And Ms. Washington, this is your case, correct?
Correct.
Sounds terrible.
What sounds terrible? Can everybody hear well?
It's mumbled a little when you put your head down.
All right, thank you. All right, you're appealing the magistrate's decision in this case in which she ruled that per the general terms and conditions of the contract that all warranties are voided if anyone other than Home Depot or the service provider performs work upon or otherwise modifies the materials or services provided.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what's the basis for the argument that that particular provision doesn't apply?
Well, my argument is that there's a contradiction in terms, because I don't understand how they could have it both ways. So they're saying that since someone else completed the job, then they are not liable. However, I paid them $399 to connect my kitchen and my 2 bathrooms. And so for them to complete the job. So at the very least, they should have at least reimbursed me since they didn't complete the job. However, I say it was their responsibility since I paid them to make sure the connections were correct. Their plumber is the one that told me that his side of the connection was the one that was not correct, was loose. So I paid them $7,400 for countertops, and now I need to spend another $2,000 plus for new floors because their plumber didn't connect the correctly. Now, on one of the sheets that they gave me of their general terms and conditions, number 2, it said that Home Depot's responsibilities or the service provider will complete the services in a workmanlike manner and in accordance with applicable law without causing damage to your home, provided, however, Home Depot or service provider will not start or continue with any services upon discovery of any condition at your home that Home Depot or the service provider deems in its sole discretion to be hazardous, unsafe, or materially changes the scope of the work. So when we met before, they tried to say that I already had a leak, which it was not correct. But if I already had a leak, then they weren't even supposed to start the work. So that's just one of the things. And then the other sheet that I have is that what I paid for, it says labor, basic plumbing, reconnect, for C-top for sink, faucet, dishwasher, garbage disposal, customer provides the fixtures. So that's my argument, Your Honor.
So why don't we go backwards a little bit, because this starts from scratch, okay? So it's like a brand new trial is the way this works when there's an appeal, so everybody understands how this works, okay?
Okay.
So and I didn't hear anything from Home Depot side. Everybody understand that? Okay, I see.
Okay, so
Yes.
you want me to go ahead?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Go ahead.
So what I'm gonna need to have happen is for us to start from scratch. the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna swear everybody in. And then before I can get to a ruling about the warranty issue, I need to know whether or not what she's claiming monies for is a part of the warranty issue or whether it was something that wasn't done initially, because essentially what I'm coming to in this case. All right, so everyone please raise your right hands to be sworn. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I
Yes, I
do.
do.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Craig
Yes.
and Mr. DeGraff,
Yes, I do. Yep.
the King,
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
and Miss Washington.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, the plaintiff is going to talk first, and then what happens is if you have any questions, I'll allow you to ask those questions of Ms. Washington, and then I'll come over to the Home Depot side. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I obviously I bought countertops from Home Depot,
When?
and when because they charge so much for the
When
disconnect
did
and the
you buy
reconnect,
them?
I had
I need you to slow down. When did you buy them?
oh, oh. Uh, the date on my receipt is April 1st of this year.
You bought countertops. Okay, go ahead.
And so anyway, I had somebody else disconnect my sinks. So that includes the kitchen and the two bathrooms. So when their plumber came to reconnect, we found out that he had the first guy had inadvertently taken the garbage disposal when he disconnected. So he could not reconnect the garbage disposal. So my sink was still not connected
All right, slow
all
down.
the way.
Slow down. So you bought the countertops, and in the interim time period, you had someone else come out and disconnect all of your sinks, the kitchen and
Right.
two bedrooms.
Yes, ma'am.
Guy who disconnected the kitchen took the garbage disposal or disconnected it?
He disconnected it and took it with him.
Okay.
So when the plumber came, it's a 60/40 sink. So he connected the 60 side.
What does a
You
60?
familiar?
No.
Okay, so you know how you people have double sinks? Instead of it being two equal sides, one side is 60, one side is 40.
Thank you.
Okay, so he connected the 60 side, that's the big sink. But the other side where the garbage disposal would go, he couldn't connect because he didn't have the garbage disposal. So the other plumber came back, connected the garbage disposal. I started using my sink.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. When you said the plumber came out, is that the Home Depot plumber that came out to connect the 60 side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then you called the other plumber back?
Correct.
Okay. What's the plumber's name?
Dimitri, oh, let me think of his last name. I have to look it up right now. I can't think of it. I think it's
Okay, so Dimitri came back and Dimitri did what?
he connected to garbage disposal.
Okay.
So I started using the sink, and then a few weeks afterwards, I noticed my kitchen floor.
Slow down.
You
He
want me to stop?
connected the garbage disposal only. He didn't reconnect the sink, just the
Well,
garbage disposal?
everything was connected when he left.
Wait, who's the
So
he?
I don't know what the mechanics of that is,
Everything
but
was
it
connected
was
when
workable.
he left.
When the second plumber left, I was
Dimitri,
able to use my sink.
Dimitri left,
Dimitri.
everything was connected.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So a few weeks into that, I noticed my floors were starting to buckle, and I looked and I saw it was water under the sink. So I called Home Depot. They sent the original plumber back. The original plumber told me that the side he did, the where the water goes down the drain, was loose. And that's where the water was coming from. And I asked him then, and he fixed it. And I asked him, what am I supposed to do about my floors? And of course, he said that wasn't his department. So I contacted Home Depot and told them that the leak had caused my floors to buckle. No one ever came from Home Depot to look at my floors or to offer any remedy. They sent me a letter. I think that then I started getting letters from their, I don't know if they were attorneys or whomever, but I started getting letters from them telling me they weren't responsible. So that's why we're here.
Okay. All right. Do you have any proof that it was the Home Depot plumber that caused it to be loose versus the Dimitri when he came back out?
The only proof I have, because of course I wouldn't know, was that is what the Home Depot plumber told me, that it was his side, the drain on his side was loose.
I understand that he may have said that it was his side. The question is not whose side it was, but how it got loose.
It was loose from the beginning. I mean, it was never tightened up.
How do you know that though? How do you prove
That's
that?
what he said. Well, he said it was because he didn't have the garbage disposal. He couldn't tell that it wasn't tightened or something to that effect.
Thank you. Any additional evidence, Ms. Washington?
I think that's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you.
If I had known it was going to be this, I would have made him write it down and take pictures and all of that. I did not know it was going to turn into a case like this. So
I understand. All right. From the Home Depot side, do you have any questions, first of all, for Ms. Washington?
Here's the legal turning point. Once another plumber touched the sink. The Home Depot warranty cracked. Contract language matters more than sympathy. Without proof, who loosened what, liability fades fast. Should a customer bear this risk, or should corporations offer clearer protections when homeowners rely on professionals entering their homes?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right.
No, we don't either.
All right. And do you have a statement that you want? Who wants to talk first, or both? Who's talking, I guess is what the question is.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron King, District Services Manager for Home Depot. I'll do my best to take you back to the beginning and fast forward all the way through where Miss Washington left off. Rebecca and Dutch are in support to provide any dates or dollars or any computer stuff that would need to be discussed on the call. I don't know that we'll need it. I just wanted it available for you coming into this for your first time. So Miss Washington is correct. In our contract, it does state that all of the fixtures need to be on site when we show up to do a job so that we complete the job 100% and she can sign off saying that she's satisfied. Unfortunately, when we got there, like she mentioned, her garbage disposal was missing from the site. She was given an option to reschedule or to continue and to let her plumber finish the job. She chose the latter. I do have a photo for you, Your Honor, if you'd like to see it. We shared it during the last meeting. Ms. Washington gave us permission to go ahead and share it. It is of her sink underneath inside the sink cabinet, so you could get a better visual. Would you like to see it?
I would if she, any objection to me seeing that, Ms. Washington?
no, Your Honor.
All right. Yes.
All right, I'll do my best, Your Honor, to share this photo properly with you and just let me know when you can see it.
All right, thank you. I can.
Excellent. Okay, so you will see Miss Washington mention the 60-40 setup, or the fact that the sink has two bowls. You will see in this photo that our plumber redid all of the supply lines, redid all of the P-traps, connected everything that we possibly could, including this extension pipe right here in the middle, that would allow her plumber to then come back and install the drain assembly and the garbage disposal on this side. Once that happened, we no longer warranty the plumbing work because some plumber is going to come in and modify, or what you said, make adjustments to the plumbing that could cause a leak in either section of it. Her plumber should have pressure tested and verified everything was fine and not leaking before he left the house. Unfortunately, he did not do that. We did send a plumber out almost immediately once Miss Washington notified the store that she was having an issue. The plumber did go out and inspect everything and see if there was any adjustments or things that needed to be tightened. He did identify at the end of this pipe right here that this rubber bushing or washer, forgive me, I can't see exactly what it was the thing that was not tightened. And that is the thing that was connecting the garbage disposal to the rest of all of the drains, and that's where it leaked from. He did make the necessary adjustments, tighten that area, pressure tested everything to make sure that it was no longer leaking, and we did leave the home. At that point, our assumption was that all of the things that we needed to do in order to take care of our customer, we did. And she did ask us to compensate her for the floor, and we did send her a denial letter as a result.
Do you have questions from Mr. King, Ms. Washington?
Your Honor, not a question, but I guess rebuttal, if that's the correct term for this. The plumber told me that
if you want to testify again, I can come back to you for a rebuttal, but you can't testify just yet. I need to make sure they've completed their case in chief first, and then I'll come back to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else from you? She has no questions, Mr. King.
I don't believe so, unless Dutch or Rebecca have anything to add. I think we're all set, Your Honor. Thank you.
Should be good.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Washington, now we can come back to you. What is it that you would like to say?
Would you like me to
because
take
he told-
the picture down, Your Honor? Would you like me to take the
You can
picture?
No, leave the picture. Leave the picture. Well, my pointing won't help though, because it won't show up really. But
No.
anyway, okay, so where the water goes down the sink, that little metal piece there is what he told me was loose. He didn't say anything about the pipe connecting to the garbage disposal. And just like you guys tried to pretend like that was water damage down there where that contact paper is rippled before, now you're trying to say that that's where the leak was. The leak, he told me the leak was there where the water goes down in the sink. That's how come I blame them, because otherwise I would have told the other guy, you got to fix my floors.
Your Honor, may I answer?
Yes.
Ms. Washington, unfortunately, when your plumber did his part of this, that voids all Home Depot warranties because we can't control what that plumber does underneath that sink. How aggressive he is with his installation or adjustments or what they knock around when they're down there. If this plumber was licensed and knew what he was doing and knew better to pressure test the system before he left the customer's house, I assure you, ma'am, you would not be in this predicament.
Mr. King, if your plumber had finished the job, did not finish the job, then you guys should have gave me my $399 back. At least that.
All right, we're enough with the back and forth.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Any additional evidence for the court today?
I have nothing else.
Not from Home Depot. No, Your Honor.
All right. This is a very unfortunate circumstance, Ms. Washington, and I wish that I could rule in your favor. I really do, but I can't. The problem is, one, you can't prove to me today that the plumber that you called out after the fact didn't create any issues when he was down there working on getting the garbage disposal reinstalled that may have loosened anything that the other plumber did, the Home Depot plumber. That's the reason why, in these circumstances, it's not wise to have someone else come in and do the work after, and when there is a contract that says that it's going to be voided if anybody else does any work down there. That's the problem. You have a contract that is what you sign. That contract says that it voids any work if you allow someone else to come in and do the work. Now, I understand you're saying that in number 2, that they will not start or continue with any services upon discovery of any condition in your home that Home Depot deems in its sole discretion to be hazardous, unsafe, or materially changes the scope of the work. So 1 is, was it hazardous? That's not a hazardous situation. 2, is it unsafe? Not really. The question only then becomes whether it materially changes the scope of the work. And because they weren't doing additional work, it doesn't change their scope of the work. If you allow them to do whatever portion you allow them to do and walk away, then it becomes on you to make sure that the work of the next plumber is correct, because it's going to void the warranty with the last person. I can't change contract law. The contract law is what it is, unfortunately. And even if I could change the contract law, there's no way to prove who created the issue because someone else was there working at the home last. That's the problem that you have. And the last plumber really should have made sure that there was no leaking occurring at that time. That's the last plumber's responsibility to do that. And if there was a problem at that point before there was any damage to any of the flooring or any of the underside of the sink, you would have known before that occurred. And now that it's occurred, I can't hold the first plumber responsible for that for 2 reasons. 1, there's a contract that says I can't. And 2, in a court of law, you have to prove who created the issue. And when someone else is down there working, things get moved around. I can't hold them liable for that, for both of those reasons, unfortunately. And I truly am sorry for that, but I can't do anything about that. So as to this particular company, I cannot find them liable. I'm sorry. Okay. We're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm really sorry, Ms. Washington, but
Thank
that's
you.
the way it works. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
The
you.
judge delivers a hard truth. Contract law controls, and proof decides everything. Because another plumber intervened, Home Depot walks free. Floors damaged, responsibility blurred. This ruling stings, but it teaches caution. Like, comment, and subscribe for more shocking courtroom stories you won't forget, and learn how contracts override fairness.